Before making a cake, you need to make sure you have all the proper materials. The first thing you need to make sure you have is a large mixing bowl to mix your ingredients in. The second thing, you need to make sure you have the proper measuring equipment, which would be your measuring cup for your water. A third thing you will need is a mixer. And make sure that the beads are securely fastened before you use them. Make sure you have all the proper ingredients that the box lists for. On the back of the box you will find all the ingredients on here. Before you start anything, you want to make sure you preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And your first step is to grease your pan. Lightly grease your pan, spraying over very lightly, not to over grease the pan. Now you're ready to start mixing your ingredients. The first thing you want to do, the box calls for 1 1/4 cups of water. You want to take your measuring cup over to the sink and measure exactly 1 1/4 cups of water. After measuring, you want to pour this into your large mixing bowl. The next thing it calls for is 1 stick of softened butter. Take 1 stick of softened butter, unwrap the wrapper, and you will want to place it in the microwave for 15 to 20 seconds before mixing your other ingredients. Softening the butter to mix with the ingredients will make it a lot easier to mix with the cake mix when pouring it in. Take the butter out of the microwave. You will want to use a spoon to mix it in with the water in your mixing bowl. Make sure you get all the butter off the plate before putting it in the bowl. The next ingredient the box calls for is 3 eggs. You will want to take out 3 eggs out of your egg carton and crack them one at a time and pour them into your mixing bowl. After placing them in the mixing bowl, you are going to want to pour your baked cake batter into the bowl. You may want to use a spoon at first to mix it all together before using your mixer. The mixer will help to make sure there is not too many lumps in your cake batter when mixing. Next you will want to plug in your mixer and place it on the lowest setting on your mixer at the top for 30 seconds and mix. After mixing for 30 seconds, you may want to switch to a medium speed for another 2 minutes. Then take the mixer out of the mixing bowl and scrape all the sides of the bowl. fuse instead of stirring with the wire whisk. Once you have mixed it in the mixing bowl, you will want to place the cake batter into the pan that is greased already. Make sure you scrape all the sides of the bowl to get all the batter out. After placing it in the pan, make sure it's spread out evenly enough to make the cake batter even. Then you will want to take your cake pan and place it into the oven very carefully. I have already prepared a cake to show you what the finished product should look like after you bake your cake for 32 minutes at 350 degrees. Once you bake your cake, you want to make sure you let it cool for at least 10 minutes before you apply the frosting. You can take a cup of frosting and put it in the microwave for 15 to 20 seconds to soften it up before icing your cake. Softening the frosting helps to take off the top of the cake. After you take the frosting out of the microwave, you will want to use a spoon to mix it all together. Easily pour the icing out of the frosting cup onto the cake. If possible, try to smooth it over as evenly as you can get it. And once you've done your frosting, you will have a very good looking cake. If you follow all the steps I have shown you, you should make a very good cake